Today's video, hi all, David Petch here, and today's video, I'm winding back the clock when I was in primary school, probably looking about the mid-90s, thinking about maybe 95, 96, around that time of period. Back in primary school, I was in grade 5, grade 6, and we only had one computer in the whole school, and that was in the library. And within this computer, there was 3 games that you could play, and one of them was this game here, Hugo's House of Horrors. It's a game produced by David P. Gray. It's a command-based game, so you control a character named Hugo, and you go through a haunted house. The objective of the game is to try and solve some puzzles, trivia, and rescue your beloved Penelope at the end. This game brings back a lot of memories. I actually remember this game a fair bit, going back, what's that, 25 years ago now, almost 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago almost, when I started first playing this game. So I thought I'd bring it back, do a player walkthrough. You can actually find this game online. You just Google Hugo's House of Horrors online, and you can play the game online. So if you don't want to know any spoilers, and you want to have a go at this game prior to watching this video, I suggest trying to have a go at it and see how far you get. So let's go into it. I'll just start it up. Okay, so that's Hugo, which we're controlling. I'm just gonna pause it a bit there. So there was a pumpkin there in front of that door. So you can see down where that cursor is, I might rewind it a bit. It actually has a yellow cursor or arrow, and that's where you enter your command. So you'll see I'll enter smash pumpkin, if I can spell it correctly, or get pumpkin actually. It doesn't matter what command you do. You can kick pumpkin, punch pumpkin, smash pumpkin, as long as you just open the pumpkin up. There's a key. You need to get that key in order to unlock the front door. And then once you've unlocked the front door, you can enter the mansion. Alright, so we're in the main foyer of the mansion. You can see there's a candle there on the actual table there. So we can actually collect that candle, pick up that candle. From what I remember, I think the only objective of that candle is to help you look into that black door thing. So if you can see just under the staircase, there's like a little black door. Basically, you need the candle in order to look what's inside that black room or dark room. So you'll see that I'll use the command look in hole or something, maybe I might say. And basically, it'll just allow me saying, we've looked in the hole and we can see a penknife on the floor and a little silver whistle. So if you're ever stuck in the game, you want to know what's around or what kind of things you can collect, you just push look and it'll give you a bit of a context of what's in that room. So we're going to now collect that knife and that whistle. So get knife, get whistle. Now it's going to say, I wonder what that whistle's for. Don't blow that whistle now. Hold off until later with that whistle. So we're going to open the 3 doors upstairs, or one of them's already open. In this door, it'll have a cupboard, and inside the cupboard we find a mask. If you don't know what that object is, like I said, if you just push look, it'll tell you what the object is, and then you can collect it. The next room, there's nothing to actually collect in the next room, but we're going to look at the mirror. And on the mirror, you can see the number 333. We need that code later on to open another door. So that's just all you really need in this room. Now, the third room we're going to enter is the professor's room and the Igor. So you'll see there's that table behind that glass door before it closed. There's something on that table we need to collect, but the only way we can get that item is if we're small. So now that we're small, we can go behind the glass door and collect the item on the table. And it's a rubber bung that we need to collect. So we just write get bung. Now, in order to leave this room, we need to revert back to original size Hugo. But of course, Igor's colorblind, so you need to actually enter the command, press button, I think another 3 times. Yeah. And then you'll revert back to the state you need to in order to exit the room. So, yep. Come on, Igor. One more time. And when we exit this room, we've just got to remember to pick up the mask on the way down the stairs. Yep, so there's the mask again. Get the mask again. Now we're going to go into the main living area. You need to have the mask on and wear the mask prior to going to the living area. If you don't, you actually die. The butler will kill you. So we're going to put on the mask before we enter the living area. So in this living area, we talk to that butler and he's going to ask if we want a piece of steak. And we're going to say yes, or chop. So he gives us that chop. So we've got the chop. And now we're going to head outside to the back. And we're going to open that door that leads to the inside of the shed. And this is the point where you need to use that code 333 because it's going to ask for the code. And then once we're in the shed, we're going to look around and it'll tell us that there's some oil or an oil can in the shed and we need to collect that oil can. Okay, now we're going to head to another room. This room has a dog in it, like a vicious dog. So, actually I might just pause it a bit. So, in a second, hang on. So, towards the left there, you'll see there's an entry to another room. There's actually a vicious dog in there. If you walk into that room, that dog will attack you if you don't have the piece of chop that we collect from the butler. From the butler. Now, you know, also if you actually blow the whistle, the dog will come out here and it'll kill you. So that's why you don't blow the whistle yet. We use the whistle later on. In this stage, we're just going to prepare to throw the chop. So as soon as we enter that room, we throw the chop. The dog will then go for the chop and it won't attack us and kill us. We can then later pick up the chop again and start unraveling the next area. So just going to throw chop. Alright, so we're going to lift that rug. There's going to be a trapdoor. Now the oil can that we got from the back shed, we need that to oil the bolt or else we can't unlock the bolt. Then we open the bolt, open the trapdoor, and we're downstairs. There we go. Alright, so the next area is where we need the whistle. So between those 2 grey rocks, there's an entrance to a cave, and there's going to be all these bats. So as soon as you walk into it, all these bats are going to come and attack you. But if you blow the whistle, it sends the bats crazy, and basically they just randomly just fly everywhere. So you just continue to walk to the next room by dodging the bats. So you'll see the bats starting to attack us. We're going to blow the whistle. Now they're kind of confused. So now we can enter the next room. And as soon as we enter the next room, there's going to be a mummy that comes out of a sarcophagus here. So that mummy will kill you if you don't actually trap the mummy behind a rock. So what you got to do is the mummy will kind of follow you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the left side of the rock. That mummy's going to come out and he's not going to go around the rock. We're going to go up, down, and then trap it behind the rock like that. And pick up the gold. There you go. Alright, the next room is where we need that rubber bung that we got from the professor's lab. So there's going to be a boat on the lake. It's got a hole in the boat, but we plug the hole with the bung. And then we get into the boat, cut the rope with the knife that we picked up in the first foyer or the hallway. Then we push the boat to the old man. Now this old man's going to give us a series of questions, like multiple choice quiz questions. We need to answer all right to progress to the next area. So the first question's about the Hobbit. Who's the hero of the Hobbit? And it's Bilbo Baggins. Don't do Frodo Baggins. That's Lord of the Rings. Next question's going to be where does Aslan live? And that's going to be, the answer's going to be Narnia. So as in Aslan the Lion. Bram Stoker. Alright, now next one is C, you drink it. And man is the answer to that question. And bullet is the answer to that question. And do you want to rescue Penelope? We say yes. I actually remember when I played this game back on the old computer in primary school, that last question was actually, have you registered this software? And you had to push yes. If you push no, then you couldn't progress. So we always used to say yes, even though we never registered for the software. Well, I don't believe we did. Alright, now we're going to enter the last room. And the last room, there's kind of like this big guy blocking the hallway, and all we've got to do is give him the gold. And once we give him the gold, I'm just going to eat the chop for the hell of it. Once we give him the gold, then we can enter the room that Penelope is being held in. And there we go. Woohoo! We've rescued our loved Penelope. And that's Hugo's House of Horrors. It's a very quick game. That was just over 9 minutes, that game. But it will take you longer than that if you didn't know what to actually do. So, like I said, if you want to play this game, you can find it online. David P. Gray was the developer back in the early 90s for it. There's actually 2 other games part of the Hugo series, or technically 4, but give those a shot too if you like Hugo's House of Horrors. Until next time.